Hi, I'm Janet and this is Ruby. And in this exercise, which I did one with Annie, but I wanted to do it again with a horse in the hackamore, is to have my horse operate better off my inside leg. So I'm riding a little bit of, some might say inside leg to outside rein, but I can't say I'm pushing her into that rein. What I'm using is just a supporting rein, and I'm picking that length, and I'd like to let go of my inside rein completely. And I'd like to be able to use my inside leg to have her look right, and to have this hind step up underneath so that it helps shape her in a way that's important for my circle. So I'm gonna go to the left there, to the left. So I wanted to point out that movement there. As I was asking her to go, she was going laterally. And I don't know if you noticed, I'm gonna go back and look at the video too, but I fell a little bit ahead of the movement. My body went here and she wasn't with me. And I want to point that out because I think your position in your saddle is so important when you really want to get some good, precise movements. And you know, you can be in harmony at any level of your riding. But I think some real precision is some more advanced movements. Your position in your saddle is important. I don't want to lean ahead of my horse. I really don't. In that case, I did. So what was happening is I'm wanting to go and she didn't go. And what I should have done is open up and go and then used my leg. I shouldn't have gotten ahead of her like that. I just wanted to point that out. If that's something that's happening to you, if your horse isn't going forward and slowing down in your rectangle or according to your seat and legs the way you'd like, think about your position. Always go back to you and your position. You want your horse to balance underneath you. You want to be that really beautiful, stable place of which she can balance to. So I'm going to go ahead and use my right rein as my supporting rein. I'm going to use my left leg to help shape her in this circle. So my supporting rein, as I pick it up, I should be able to even make some contact with that outside rein without her looking to the right. That's when you know it's gotten really light. Now she's got a nice long neck here. We're just walking out and it's a good walk, so I want her to use her neck. And I also have her nicely shaped up for this circle. So my left leg, as I mentioned with Annie, and I'll talk more about this, is if my horse starts to look to the outside, I can use more left leg and say, nope, you need to keep looking inside. And how am I using that leg? That's a really good question. So I'm using mostly lower leg. And it's just a little bit of touch. And if I don't get a change, it's a little bit of a vibration. I don't squeeze more. And then when she's responsive, I go ahead and place my leg back as its purpose. So it's just, in this case, a tiny bit behind my cinch, possibly maybe an inch, with the idea that it's talking to this leg so that it keeps shaping up each step. And I only have to shape it more if she looks to the outside or if she's thinking about falling in. But my leg is right there already. It's a part of the rectangle, so it's not, I never just allow it to hang without a purpose here. So that if she starts to run into it by looking to the outside, ideally that would be feeling like she ran into my leg. If I can time that up just like that, she is more likely to be responsive. If I wait till she looks to the outside and then I use my leg, yeah, I let her look outside and then I'm saying, now come back. But what I'd like to do is if she thinks about looking to the outside, that she runs into my inside leg by doing that. The same would be if she were to fall in, that she'd immediately run into my inside leg, which means I have to be pretty clear about how I use my leg and the circle that I want to ride. It takes a fair amount of focus to make this easy. And your horse will get very responsive if you're that consistent. So this is a very nice circle. So what I can do if I take this a step further is I should be able to even leg yield. Just a little bit. Do you see that? And it's not a lot, but you see how she's still looking to the inside, but I'm taking her to the outside. So I'm actually picking up on my right rein, having her step that way. But it's not very much, as you can see, because she's not looking to the outside. If I have to use that rein too much, that would mean I'd have to use too much inside leg to bump on her, and neither one would be able to be effective. So this exercise allows me to get this inside leg to be more effective, so that I can use it to send my horse to the right and keep her shaped up looking to the left, and I can use my right rein, in this case the supporting rein, to help shape her up. In my seat, as I'm at my seat, is thinking about, my core is thinking about going left first. It goes first, and then my leg, since it's right there, she immediately runs into my leg if she doesn't go with it. And my rein goes with me too, so it immediately has a purpose. And here I'm putting a little more effort into my left leg again. You can see that. Here is again. So I wouldn't go around leg yielding like this, but you can see when I go to use my bridle how handy that would be. Now I have both reins, and you can see I get a much nicer shape, and I can get a much nicer leg yield. But I get a much nicer leg yield because I've gotten my leg really effective. I'm going to say my leg effective. It's effective because I'm aware of how I want my horse to respond to it, and I'm consistent with it. That's what makes anything effective. It really starts with me. Horses are so amazing at their ability to respond to their environment. If they're not responding to you the way you like to, look at yourself. It's really important. For one, once you change, your horse will change easily, and more of the effort will be spent on you instead of your horse. Lots of practice always, but you won't be trying to make it happen through your horse. You'll just be able to focus on what you want through you. So watch lots of videos, get a real clear idea of what you want before you begin. Make lots of mistakes. The more things you try, always do too much and too little so you can find out that sweet spot. And of course, have fun with it. It is you, it is your horse, you might as well enjoy it. So, happy trails, enjoy your ride.